joining on Zoom. Hello, Rula. Lovely to see you.
I'm here.
Glad you could make it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Just give me a few minutes and we should start. We just have a few more people joining in right now. Okay, so our topic today, guys, is taking charge of our own energy, becoming our own energy master. And most specifically today, we're going to be talking about raising our immunity and our well-being practices. And I'm going to share with you certain tools, certain techniques, certain exercises, which will help you, especially in raising your immunity, because this is the time we need to raise our immunity more than perhaps any other time that we have seen in our lifetime. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. I'm just going to let everyone come in. Some new names, new faces. So I'm just going to tell a little bit about myself before we start. What I would ask you all is, especially those of you who are in Zoom right now, to send in your questions on chat if there are any particular exercises or any particular things that are bothering you, any kind of anxiety, anything which you think is coming in the way of your immunity or your health. Feel free to put a message on the chat and I can have a look as we go along and incorporate it in what we are talking and what we are doing today. So welcome everyone. Some more new people have come in. My name is Bharti and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and holistic well-being practitioner, corporate trainer with Illuminations in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And today I want to talk to you about, like I mentioned, about energy practices, about how we can work on raising our immunity, what kind of well-being practices we can incorporate in our day-to-day life so that we are in charge. We do not want to be victims, or we do not want to be in a sufferer mode, especially where our health is concerned right now. There are a lot of things which are in our control, and there are a lot of things which are not in our control. So just getting a little good understanding of that and working on what really is in our control and how we can enhance it and take care of our health, which is number one priority, I'm sure, for everybody out here. Okay, so I think I get a go ahead to start moving. People are here right now. All right. Like I mentioned, anyone wants to share anything, feel free to put it on the chat and I'll be happy to answer it. Also, if I can request everyone to stay on mute, I'm just going to do a mute all so that everyone can hear me clearly. Okay, super. Just going to open the chat window here. Okay, guys, just a thumbs up from your end if you can see me and hear me clearly. Fantastic. Hi, Geet, lovely to see you as well. And Praveen, Ruchi, thank you so much for joining in today. All right. Thank you, Susanna, Andrea, for being here. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, so first things first, let's understand what's going on. Why is immunity so important right now? Why is wellness on the top of all of our minds right now? What is it that we can do and what is it that we are doing that is not really helping us? Because sometimes we are doing so much, but that is really not effective or not conducive to what our end goal is. So it's really important to understand what is our end goal. And I'm sure for most of us who have joined in today and those who are hearing us otherwise, our end goal is to take charge of our health, our well-being. So as this uncertainty, as the times, as things are opening up, as the fear of, how life is going to be, the new mask age that we are in, how do we go along with it and how do we make sure we are protected and our families are protected, right? So let's understand the entire thing between the thought, the emotion, our energy and our immunity. Now, in these days, there are a whole lot of thoughts. Some are, of course, uplifting thoughts that, okay, lockdown is ended, life is going to get back to normal, economy is going to get better. But at the same time, many, many people also have a parallel trail of thought that is constantly on. Oh my God, now that the lockdown is over, people are more coming in together. Now what's going to happen? What about infection? What about social distancing? How is it going to happen? So there are these constant two train of thoughts that are going on with most people. A lot of my clients who have messaged in have said that they were really looking forward to things, opening up, and they're very happy they've opened up now. Of course, it makes a lot of sense. But at some level, they are also scared. They are fearful of now what, now how. Till now, at least, it was more secure. Now, what are we going to do about it? So there are a lot of thoughts in the mind. And in all my classes, I always ask my clients that the first thing is understand what is it that you are thinking. So take a moment as I go along these slides and just notice what are your thoughts, what are your current thoughts, what are your current emotions with regards to the world, with regards to the situation, with regards to the way life is going on, travel plans changing, summer plans changing, homeschooling, continuing, or sending kids to school. There's so much going on right now and there's so much in the mind. So what is your train of thought and what are your feelings about those thoughts? So that's one thing. You don't have to share it with me, but that's one thing. You must make sure that you go through it. You write it in your journal. And if you don't have a journal, start that today. I say that in every class of mine. Do have a journal so that you are aware of your own thought pattern. You can never change anything till you are aware of it. So let's understand what the thoughts are. Let's understand what the emotion are. Let's understand that our energy is our defense mechanism. When our energy is flowing well, when our...
Sit on the toilet.
On mute. I'm just going to mute everyone again. Okay. Yeah. So when our energy is vibrating well, vibrating high, our energy, our immunity, our defense systems, everything is in some sort of alignment to keep us going on a state of well-being, holistic health for our own selves. When our energy begins to dip, when our energy begins to vibrate lower, we are actually exposing ourselves to negative frequencies, to what we understand and what we develop as disease, illnesses, etc., etc. So I'm not going to talk about how the whole energy model works because that's a different topic and we will be covering it in perhaps the next webinar. But today I'm going to focus on that immunity part of it, okay, because that's what, that's why we are here today. Okay, so I'm going to bring you to what we understand as the fight-flight mechanism. Okay, now for many of us here, we may be aware of what this fight-flight mechanism is, and for many, perhaps they're hearing it, for the first time, and that's okay. What exactly is this? What happens is that we as human beings, okay, and the animals as well, the entire animal kingdom, we all have an inbuilt survival instinct and a survival mode. Whenever we come across anything which is perceived as threat, which is perceived as life danger, this fight-flight mechanism kicks in. And what happens when the fight-flight mechanism kicks in is there is only one agenda, that is survival. Okay? Now, when you look at animals, and those of you who have observed animals would notice whenever any kind of danger comes to an animal or if there is any kind of stress to an animal, the animal gets into this whole fight-flight mode where they are ready to either pounce and attack, or they just run for their life. And when the danger is over, you will notice they shake themselves off. Yeah, most animals will shake themselves off. That shaking that self off is basically slowing down and reducing that fight-flight mechanism which came on. When the fight-flight mechanism comes on, it takes over every other system of your body. It sends down blood and energy into your limbs, your legs, your hands to fight or to run. It speeds up your entire breathing pattern, your heartbeat. Basically, it gives you what you need in that moment to overcome the danger. Now, why is this important with where immunity is concerned? This is so important because these days our fight flight mechanism is on overload. It's overactivated at all times because our body is unable to distinguish between where the conscious mind is constantly fearfully thinking, which is a danger, and when it actually is. And with the kind of content that we are constantly exposed to, with the kind of choices that we need to make these days, with everything around us which is constantly in this unknown mode, and everything has a consequence which we are somewhere afraid of because we don't know what it is. There is nothing which tells us this is the right way, no manuals, nothing. So we are in this fight flight state for elongated periods of time. This further emphasizes the anxiety that we have. This then goes on to kind of what happens when the fight flight is that the whole body takes over to protect us, and so therefore other systems, other processes, other requirements of the body are literally put on the back burner. Okay, so and why this is so important right now is simply because, have a look at this, when the fight flight mechanism is activated, of course the blood flows to the brain, it flows to the muscles, it increases your ability to fight, your concentration focus heightens, your heart rate increases, your breathing becomes more rapid, your digestion pauses to allow for more energy to be utilized to overcome the situation. You will feel heavy, and I'm going to share with you, I actually wrote down certain very common signs to look out for, where you know if your body, if your being is in that fight flight mode at elongated periods of times. Okay, so I actually put down certain points, so I mentioned them to you. Make a note again for yourself. It need not be that you have all of them. You could be having one or two of them, but even if those are hindering your day to day, you are aware that you need to take steps to be able to calm that system down, to calm your nervous system down, so that you are on top of your health and immunity. So one of the first things look out for, are you having sleep problems? Okay, because when the fight flight mechanism is overactive and when it is on for a long periods of time, like I said, it affects the body in many ways. It definitely shows up as sleep problems, insomnia, inability to have deep sleep. So even if you fall asleep, you wake up more often. In terms of your mood swings, there may be this whole thing of feeling very edgy, feeling very triggered, feeling nervous time to time and not knowing why you're feeling so nervous. At a body level also, there could be a lot of muscle aches, a lot of joint pains which come up. Okay, the adrenal rush that happens, it kind of rushes to the limbs. It makes you feel that your arms and your legs are feeling very, very heavy. That also happens. Brain fog, feeling confused, feeling like it's very, very foggy in your mind up there. That is also one of the signs to look out for. Your body temperature, you tend to feel very, very chilled, and you can feel like you are sweating at the same time. Okay, or just if you touch your fingers and your toes, they could be absolutely chilled. That again is a sign, if that's not how you normally are, that again is a sign that this whole fight and flight mechanism is on an overactive space. Sensitivity to noise, sensitivity to suddenly anyone is moving something, shaking their leg, and you just get this sense of like, can everyone stop this movement, or can you stop this sound, this noise? Sensitivity of our senses, that also comes in with it. So all of these tend to get activated in our space, and at the same time our immunity system gets compromised because the energy is now being the blood, the energy, the entire body forces are now, moving towards keeping us in that survival mode. The digestive system takes a back seat, and this is huge. This is really important for us to understand. And growth and repair at the cellular level again takes a back seat. Now, this is super important because we need to actually be reversing the system. The idea is that we need to ensure our immunity system, our growth, and our immunity system, our digestive system, and the growth and repair of our cells are top-notch priority for us. Okay, so now that we know that this is what we really, really need to do, we need to ensure that everything that we do is working towards our ability to kind of use the energy that we have with our digestive system, our immunity system, as well as our cellular growth. I'm sure a lot of us are already doing a lot to ensure that we eat well. So we are eating our greens, we are taking the herbs, we are taking that vitamin C supplementation, we are taking a whole lot of supplementation, vitamin D, some people are saying ginger is good, someone is saying turmeric is good. We are doing all of that. We are taking in all of that in these times. The key is that if our digestive system is being compromised, if is on the backseat, are we able to actually absorb all those nutrients that we are taking in to protect us? Or is that also another stress to the body? Because now the body is unable to really digest everything and we are overloading it. The other trend you will see for most people is that emotional eating. Now that I am stressed, now that I am worried, I will emotional eat a whole lot of things which are heavy for the body, which are difficult to digest, be it sweets, be it fried food, be it, anything that can instantly make my emotions feel better, whatever that may be. And we have all done our share in that, okay, that midnight chocolate craving or whatever it is. It puts a higher load on the digestive system, and all our energy at the same time is more into that fight flight mechanism, which is trying to keep our body in survival mode. So our job, guys, is to, it has to have two very strong agendas. One is to calm that system down so that the body can come into relaxation mode. It can come into safe mode, because when the body is in safe mode, the energy can be utilized for these other three aspects that I mentioned, which is our immunity, digestion, growth and repair, and other bodily functions. So step one is to calm the system down so that the energy can be better utilized. And step two is to then focus our energies specifically in our immunity and growth and repair and digestive systems. So now, how do we do that? We go into what we understand as the reset mode. We have to first and foremost let go of fear. Okay, why? Because fear rips the immunity system. And those who've done classes with me before will know that I say this multiple times, because this is it. If you understand this, you can take charge of your own self. Your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts affect your body. And if your thoughts are predominantly fear or anger or hurt or grief or anything of a negative frequency, it activates this system because the body goes into a not calm space. When the body is not in this calm space, the cycle goes on. So it's a vicious cycle. Step one is to become aware that you have to let go of fear. And every time you have a thought which resonates with fear, oh my God, what's going to happen now? What if this happens? You need to take conscious steps to be able to change it through your intentions, through your thoughts, through your affirmations, through your practices, through your meditation. Absolutely everything. Eating that vitamin C with fear actually does nothing to you. I'm not saying stop eating that vitamin C, but if you got to eat it with the intention of feeling stronger. Eat it with the intention of having a healthier system. But if you eat it saying, oh my God, I hope I don't get the flu, I hope I don't get the flu, you are doing nothing great for your body or your mind. So first step, your thoughts, intentions, they can alter your physical body and reality. Ensure everything that you eat and drink is from a vibration of wellness. Even if you're eating that cake, be happy about eating that cake. Smile when you eat that cake. Why? Because there are neural patterns, there is energy, there is meridians, everything in the body that are constantly communicating with one another. When I cry, there's a signal given from from the facial muscles, the cells, the tissues that are coming together, all the way back to the brain, that there is something wrong. When I smile, and so therefore certain hormones are released to be able to take care of that. When I smile, the same happens. So even if I smile, I am confusing the mind and the brain, the mind, and I am allowing for more hormones, more chemical releases in the body, which will actually help me in my wellness, my health, my physicality, and things like that. Okay, so super important that whatever you eat, whatever you drink, you're supplementing, go on supplementing. You have chosen not to supplement, no problem. If you take the vaccine when it comes out with fear, you are taking it, bodily it will help you, but perhaps it can help you a lot more if you take it out of acceptance and a place of well-being rather than fear. So this is one thing that I want you to start with. Everything you do from this moment on with regards to this pandemic, with regards to information you get in, with regards to anything you do, choices that you make, every choice you make, should I send my child to school or not? Biggest choice right now. Right? Am I sending them out of fear, or am I sending them out of, no, they are the least vulnerable category perhaps, or the highest vulnerable category? That's the talk I do. But whatever choice I make it out of a place of well-being and not fear. That's step one, because that will, it sounds silly to some, it sounds simple to some, but it is extremely powerful. The intention you put behind whatever choice you make will make a whole lot of difference with the outcome of that intention. Okay, so that is step one. Okay, which is basically your awareness on all these aspects. Step one, awareness of immune system, digestive system, growth and repair, thoughts and affirmations that you do. In every area of these three important pillars that we have right now for our health and our well-being, be very, very aware of what you are doing, what you are choosing, what you are eating, what is the message you're giving while you're eating. Bless your food, bless your water, feel good, and so on. So that is super important right now. Okay, then comes conscious shifts. Okay, so step two is, now that you are aware of what it is, now that you are aware that your thoughts, your intentions make a whole lot of difference to what's happening to you. Step two is make conscious shifts in different areas of your life. What is it that you are eating, drinking? I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not an expert on that. What are the conscious shifts you can do in terms of calming your system down? Okay, very, very important. Breath work. As many times in a day as you can, tune into your breath and notice what is your breathing pattern like. And when you are nervous, when you are stressed, you will notice that your breath is very shallow and perhaps even rapid. Your goal is to make your breath slow down, because as the breath slows down, the body receives a different message. The body receives a message to relax. The body receives a message to restore. And that's what we need right now. We need to give every possible opportunity for our body to rest, to recuperate, to relax, to recalibrate, absolutely align ourselves at all times. So that's very, very important. Again, what happens is we need the energy to flow, right? It's extremely important for us to have a daily practice, if possible, for ourselves and if possible for our family in whichever way possible, so that the energy is flowing conducive to the intention that you have made. Okay. Our fight and flight mechanism is associated with our root chakra, okay, which is at the base of your spine. Now, if the energy at the root chakra is imbalanced, if the energy at the root chakra is blocked for whatever reason, of course, the fight flight mechanism is already triggered and is activated. At the same time, there are feelings of insecurity, instability. We need to ensure that we take whatever possible measures to balance this root chakra. And I'm going to share with you some techniques how you can balance the root chakra, grounding, affirmations, which will help the root chakra and the energy of the root chakra to come into alignment. Okay, so do take note of grounding, meditations, energy healings that we will do, affirmations that you can do to work with this. Okay, I'm just going to have a look at the chat now because I saw some chats have come here. Give me a minute so that I can add it in before I move into the exercises. So how we're going to work forward is I had divided this entire thing into two parts. One was the theory part of it, of what all is, what all is going on and how it affects us. And the second part, I actually want to take you through exercises as well as some sort of visualization that you can do to bring yourself into that balance. So if you have any more questions, those who are on Zoom, feel free to share them. I'm just going to have a look at what I already have here. I'm unable to open the chat window for some reason. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, it's here, chat. Okay, I am just going to have a look at these questions. Full freedom. Okay, I will. Komal, we will be doing one particular exercise. What you are saying is again signs of that your fight and flight is of course, overactive and you are constantly living in that. So we will do some exercises. You can note them down and practice them along with me right now, which will kind of help. Okay. Neetu, whatever you've sent me, we will work on the sacral chakra for this and you must join. I think next week we are having something of purifying with the energy body and that this can actually help you with that. Yes, Rula, we are having a meditation at the end. Okay, and there is some 1 or 2 more private questions here which I will answer to you privately. I've just taken a note of your names and I will get back to you on that. I won't discuss this here. Fair enough. Okay, great. So here we come to our exercises, and this again I made a note so I do not forget. Give me a minute. First exercise, where did it go? Give me, yeah, okay. So first exercise, guys, I said that because the fight and flight is with the root chakra, we're going to work with the grounding bit of it. Now, how does grounding work? Grounding works beautifully with our connection with the earth. Many ways of grounding. You can simply tap your feet on the surface of the floor. If you have a garden or an open space, you can walk barefoot. And as you walk barefoot on that space, on that surface, on that grass, keep visualizing that you have roots, just like roots of a tree, going into the center of the earth. And as you are connected to the center of the earth, you are releasing what no longer serves you, and you are receiving pure energy that stabilizes your being. Just this simple thought while even talking, while even walking, while just connecting with the surface of the earth helps the energy to activate. Why? Because the energy is already there. What we are doing with our conscious awareness is based on the principle that energy flows where attention goes. If I keep putting my attention on illness, on virus, my energy flows, it weakens my immunity. If I keep putting my attention on well-being, stability, strength, power in the body, control in my being, my energy goes there and it builds that. So always remember, energy flows where your awareness goes. Keep your awareness on well-being, stability, strength, willingness to feel secure. As the energy from the earth comes in, it not only empowers your energy body, it very well empowers your physical body. And especially if you have any aches, pains, issues with any of the organs, glands, any medications that you're taking regularly, ensure that when you connect with the energy of the earth, you take your awareness to those organs or to those places. If you have diabetes or issues with the pancreas, in your awareness you can take your hand, just place it on that organ, thyroid, throat, ears, whatever is your area of concern. Make sure you pull that energy up to that organ, to those cells, and bless those cells every single day. What do? Whenever we have an issue, we talk about how that issue is so big in our life. Oh my God, ever since we started that medication, this is how I'm feeling. It makes me feel groggy. I am putting so much negativity into something which I'm hoping would heal me. Instead, you need to take your awareness and your thoughts and your words to heal that part. So for example, my ears are super healthy because I was having some issues with my ears. So my ears are super healthy. The nerves in my ears are super strong. Whatever words resonate with you, every time you get that thought of, oh my God, this is happening, flip it. In that moment, flip it. The body is hearing, the cells are hearing. And I'm going to be doing more of this in the next webinar, so I won't talk about that more. I'll go back to the exercises. So root chakra, grounding, super important, so that the fight and flight actually comes back. Second, I'm going to share with you is the immunity pose, guys. It's a really, really very important pose, which it's this particular meridian which flows, which helps our immunity to strengthen. So you can take your right hand and place it on your left shoulder like this. Okay, and then you take your left hand and you place it on your pelvic bone. Okay, and then you just close your eyes and take a deep breath. And your palms and fingers should go over to the back of your shoulder, literally going into the blades, and wherever your hand comfortably goes. And as you do that, you can just focus on your body regaining its immunity, the cells getting stronger, your defense mechanism feeling stronger. Okay, toxins being released from the body so that the immunity gets stronger. Just holding that pose for a few minutes. Technically, you can hold it for about 2 minutes on each side. And for some of us who are in tune with our bodies and are in tune with our meditative practices, as you hold your hand, guys, you may notice a little pulsation. And this is not the blood pulsing. You will notice it's like this very subtle energy pulsation happening. And there will be a different rhythm on your right hand and there will be a different rhythm on your left. Just try to tune into that. Tune into that and notice the rhythm of that pulsation. When you are in survival mode, when you are in stress mode, that pulsation tends to be very fast. And as you hold it and as you breathe and as you tell your body to relax, the pulsation starts to slow down quite a bit. So when you're doing it on your own, you can intuitively stop when you feel the pulsation has really slowed down. And then you swap to the other side. Just put your left hand on your right shoulder and your right hand on your right pelvic bone. And then once again, just feel the pulsation and feel the rhythm and feel the experience. Just allow yourself to experience that. And then slowly release when the pulsation comes down. Great. Now, I'm going to share with you one more, which is specifically very, very good for the lungs. Okay, because when the lungs expand, our breathing becomes better. When the breathing becomes better, the whole body benefits more. Okay, so it's all about our respiration, our lungs, making them healthier. This particular energy pose will also help you if you have any symptoms of, coughing or that allergic cough that happens sometimes when your throat gets hurt because of too much talking or shouting or things like that. It really helps to kind of balance the energy there. It's really simple. All you do is just cross your hands at the elbows, if you can see me. Yeah, like that. Okay, so where it's coming, if just below the shoulder, say a hand below the shoulders, wherever you comfortably cross at your chest. So the cross needs to come at your chest and you hold it there. And now once again, whether you could previously or not, try and feel the pulsation. This is a very strong meridian. You may be able to feel the pulsation here. Okay, just feel the pulsations running through the entire lung meridian. This is right on the lung meridian. Expanding the energy there, opening up any blocks. If anyone has any heart conditions as well, this is a great meridian to work with. Just tuning into that energy and feeling it flow, especially for high blood pressure. And just breathe deeply, slowly, in a very, very relaxed way. Just relaxing it. And then relax and leave it. And as you leave it, just take a moment to just feel if your breathing has slowed down a bit. Has it gone up while you were doing it, so that you can relax yourself more, because there could be tension, there could be resistance. So just notice how you're feeling every time that you do any of these energy exercises that you do. Okay, the third one which I will share with you, and this you, especially if you have children or children or other people in your family as well, you can share it with them. It's really, really simple. It's this finger. Okay, it's gently pulsing and holding your index finger all the way till the wedge. Okay, so you're, yeah, like that, and just holding it and feeling the pulse. Do that again. Try to notice the pulse. This is specifically, guys, for fear. So the meridian that is running from here will help you to kind of calm the system down, calm the nervous system down. And if there are fearful thoughts, you are able to kind of relax it with your breath. Another thing that I always, and keep holding this as I talk, another thing that I always share with my clients is that whenever you're doing any of these, energy points at home, on your own, working on yourself, be very aware of what you're thinking. So if you're holding this point and you're thinking, oh my God, I have to make the food right now, the energy will flow, but you're not doing the best. So while you are holding it, just set an intention that I am choosing to feel relaxed, I am choosing to feel safe and secure, my body is benefiting. Whichever works for you, positive affirmations in your own ways that can help you. And then you move to the next. The other hand, same, index finger all the way from the wedge, and you just bring it and you hold it. And when you do this regularly, you will notice that pulsations. They are so unique for each of these points, because all the energy meridians have their own frequency. So you will notice the difference the more you tune into them. Okay, and whenever you are very anxious, you will notice the pulsation is more rapid. And as you start to relax and as you breathe into it, the pulsation will slow down. And this is something, even if you have anxiety, not necessarily only for immunity and well-being now, but if you have any kind of anxiety, social anxiety, any anxiety, even if you are at work, even if you are in groups, by holding on to this, you are giving a signal to the energy body and the physical body to get into a calm, restorative state. And that is very, very good for bringing in more stability and balance in your space. Okay, so these were some of the points that I wanted to share with you today. We will now do, like I mentioned, the meditation. Any questions before that, guys, on this topic, on how we can raise more of our immunity or our well-being? Feel free to put it on the group chat or send it, one-on-one like you've been doing, and I'm happy to see that. Okay, I have something else here. Okay, this is again a private message. I will get back to you as it is not relevant to what we are doing right now, but completely understanding, and I will get back to you on this one. Okay. Just a minute. There's one more new message has come. Yeah, so upper back as well. Someone's asked me about feeling a lot of anxiety on the upper back. Yes, that is a very active, very active fight and flight response, stress response, which is on, because of which you're feeling. Grounding will help you a lot. Grounding will help a lot. Do the grounding. Even like you mentioned, you don't have a garden. That's absolutely fine. Visualization works equally well. Okay. All right, so let's get into our wonderful visualization that will help us to boost our energy, which will boost our immunity, and to release what doesn't serve us, because we have so much toxins, so much negativity within us, which we need to kind of let go. So let's do that. I would ask you all to sit in a comfortable pose. Allow your back to be nice and straight. And once you feel relaxed and comfortable, you can just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. Keep your spine straight, whether you are sitting or lying down. Just ensure your spine is straight. And let's start with 3 deep cleansing breath, everyone. So a cleansing breath is when you breathe in through your nose. You allow the breath to flow deeply, and you breathe out through your mouth. Do that 2 more times. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth. One last time. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth. And then slowly move into your natural breathing rhythm. So just observe your breath, observe its natural rhythm. Notice how it feels as you inhale, and notice how it feels as you exhale. And with every breath in, allowing yourself to relax. And with every breath out, letting go of all the tensions, the stress, the worries, the fears, whatever it is that's going on in your mind space that does not serve you, that you are willing to let go. Just allowing your breath to push it out of your space. Breathing in and breathing out. Just take another moment, allowing that breath to relax you. And then slowly taking the awareness down to the soles of the feet and envisioning those roots that we talked about. And just keeping your awareness on those roots at the soles of your feet so that you literally sense or feel or experience this wave of energy surging from the surface beneath the feet. And this beautiful wave of energy, it helps you to connect with the energy of the earth, where you can just let go of all your worries, your instabilities, your insecurities, your fears, those nagging questions at the back of your mind. Just releasing it there. And in return, you take this pure energy and you can envision it as any shade of the color red coming through the soles of your feet, and feel it moving up through your legs. And those of us who feel instability in the legs, just allow this energy to move into that part, especially in the joints, the knees or the thighs, like someone mentioned. Just feel that energy settling that imbalance which causes any triggers, and feel it flowing up into your root chakra at the base of your spine. And just allow that energy to merge and mingle and open up this energy center. And as this organic, natural energy begins to flow in the root, it starts to take that activation of that fight-flight mechanism, to relax, to slow down, and to go into its natural mode. And once we've allowed this, just feel the energy working at its own rhythm. And allowing it to do so, take your awareness very, very gently to the top of your crown. So we've got energy coming in through the earth, and now we slowly take our awareness to the top of our crown, at the top of our head, and we begin to connect with a powerful light from above. And we invite a very healing light today, and very often when we visualize the energy coming on from above, we see beautiful golden light, we see white light. Today we allow the light, or we tune in to a very healing green light. And some of you may be able to see it, some of you may be able to feel it. Just allow yourself to connect with it, or allow yourself to simply receive it. If you get out of the way, the energy will flow. So tuning into that green healing frequency and allowing that green healing energy to come in through the crown today and just flow through the body. And this light will continue to flow, and it will move into your entire system. It will move through the cells, it will move through the entire body, the organs, the chakras. And you just allow it to flow. If there is any particular area in your body that is suffering or needs more healing, take your awareness to that part. Take your awareness to that heart, that pancreas, that hurt joint, whatever it may be for you. And feel that green healing light from above, balancing, bringing harmony, restoring the cells, and allowing the cells to align to that source energy. When these intelligent cells of the body align to source energy, they vibrate at a beautiful frequency of well-being. And when our energy is flowing with well-being, is vibrating at well-being, a lower vibration of a virus, bacteria, cannot lodge into that system. So just feel the vibration of the body rising. Feel the cells, the tissues aligning to that vibration, restoring and healing from deep, deep within. And as you do that now, just put a mental intention that I ask for all things that no longer serve me to be released with ease, with comfort, from my space, from myself, from my body. And in this moment, you can even bring into your awareness of any emotions, negative thoughts, fears, images, content, news that may have got stuck, negative messages, sad messages, anything. You may not even recall it, but simply asking for anything that is not in alignment to well-being, that is not in alignment to good health, that is not in alignment for your highest best to be released. So just feel this light moving into different cells and as it releases, you may notice that green energy as it leaves from that root energy which we had activated at the beginning. The color may feel mucky or brown or gray. Just see it go and keep doing that till the energy that is released from beneath the feet is getting closer and closer to that green energy. And this is something you can do even later. Just keep letting that green energy flow, cleanse, purify, releasing toxins, moving all the way down to the soul, and seeing that brown, that mucky, greeny, dark green color coming into a more lighter space. And allowing it to release. We'll do it one more time, feeling that green energy from different cells of the body, nerves, fibers, tissues, now releasing, moving down to the soles of the earth, into the earth where it can transform back to love and light. And then take a nice deep breath. Feel the light continuing to come from above. And now that healing light, and you can just feel it getting more and more brighter, perhaps even sparkling like that goldeny, silvery white light we usually experience from the crown coming in. And just feel it creating a bubble all around you. And just make sure it cleanses that auric field once again as it purifies and rises the vibration. This beautiful light just seeping through the cells into the auric field, creating a ball, a bubble all around you. And this is your shield, your protection. And you can set in affirmations with this light. I am protected. Only love, well-being, goodness can seep through. I am healthy. I vibrate with love. I feel one with the universe. And then in this very high vibrating space, this beautiful energy, you can take your palms and literally create a ball between your palms. So it's like the energy is vibrating and you pulse this imaginary ball between your palms. And some of us may feel the vibration very strong right now, and some may just be doing the action, not feeling, and that's all right. Just know that the energy is there. And fill this energy with the same well-being, love, oneness, purity. And then just feel yourself sending this ball of light to your loved ones, spreading it around your entire house so that the walls, the ceilings, the corners, the door, everything in your home is filled with this well-being. And there is no restriction or limitation to energy. To send this energy even further out from your home into your city. Send this energy out into the country, to different countries where you feel this energy is needed. Spreading it all around the globe, the earth. Taking one deep breath after you have done that. Expressing gratitude to Mother Earth and the universe above, the Creator above, for this blessing. Thanking your body, your entire system. Thanking your breath for relaxing you. And then very slowly and gently open your eyes into the now, bringing the stillness, the love, compassion and peace from within to your world outside. And you can take a nice deep breath and have some water if you like. After all meditations, it's a great idea to consume a lot of water because the energies have gone into some sort of changes, and the more water we have, it's easier for those energies to kind of, get into a more ease flowing space. So yeah, that's what we had today, guys. Thank you so much. If you have more questions, do feel free to share them here. I'm also sharing with you all here. Give me a minute. Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened here. Yeah. So I'm sharing with you here about the next session that we have. There's something wrong with this. Apologies for this. Give me a minute. Okay, yeah, that's it. So 16th June is when we have our next webinar, guys. It's all about energy healing and cleansing to boost immunity and heal on the cellular level. This is basically taking what we did today to the next level at a more cellular level. We will do some body talk. We will do some cellular talk. We will help get the cells into more alignment. We will work with the 7 chakras and specifically with some meridians, which will help us to cleanse and release toxins from the body. Yeah, so make a note of that date for 16th if you would like to join us for this. And till then, stay healthy, stay positive, stay happy, and be conscious about your choices, your thoughts, your food, absolutely everything. And I see wonderful smiles of both Rula and Geet, so keep smiling. And I hope to see you all again. Thank you, Komal. Thank you, Neetu, so much for your message. Thank you, Andrea, for joining.
Thank you, Bharti. It was
And
really helpful.
anybody who we are done, anybody who has questions can stay on and ask me questions. Otherwise, we are done, guys. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you, Valeria. So nice that you could join. Okay.